I swear for goddess in heaven, it is only patriarchy that would give a 50-something, dad bod potbelly, borderline diabetic, with an onset case of ED and bad knees, the audacity to tell anyone that they have hit a wall.
Yeah, Queen, laugh all you want. The wall is actually when you have lost 90% of your eggs, a pregnancy becomes more of a high risk, possibilities of genetic issues with the fetus go up, and the chances of having a big family drastically reduce. I don't know about you, but that's no laughing matter. So please explain how anything she mentioned about men directly harm a full-term pregnancy. Go ahead, I'll wait. And that is just biology there, Colleen. We can throw on top of that the fact that attitudes like hers make post-war women even less desirable by men looking for good women. But nah, this neck-tattooed box full of surprises can laugh herself all the way to the corner store to pick up some Meow Mix and discount box wine. Before we move on, I want to bring attention to the fact that 79% of my viewers are not subscribed to my channel. Come on, fam. You've seen my logo on other channels, and you're already here. Please hit that subscribe button and support the channel. It really helps out. Moving on.
Choice doesn't exist under the patriarchy. I know choice means that it's the choice for the woman to choose whatever she wants to do with her life, but that choice is not a choice that she is solely making. Because we live in a patriarchal society, those were the teachings that we were taught when we were little girls on what we should be and what we should want. So choice doesn't exist if you were taught that to be a housewife and you were taught to have children and you were taught to do these things as a woman. Subconsciously, you're going to hold on to those beliefs and believe that that is a choice that you are solely making for yourself when it's not true.
Mama say that happiness is from magic rays of sunshine that come down when you're feeling blue.
Damn, fam. Let me get this straight. Your choice, which comes out of your own mouth, is not your choice because of something you were taught. Really, those women has come up with some original BS in the most dire way to absolve themselves of accountability. Okay, princess, all that hardware in your face that you had put in when you entered the piercing place of business and said, put enough wires on my mug to be able to pick up SXM radio was not your choice. It was someone else who taught you different. Right. Using her own logic, and I use that word lightly, every choice she makes is not her own choice because she was taught something else. Seriously there, Colleen. Does that apply when you decide to wipe, or when you decide to pay your bills, or when you decide to breathe? Something tells me this is the type of woman who becomes a single mother, then blames everyone else for letting the guy hit it raw.
God, Karen, you are so stupid.
It's also like getting plastic surgery. So when people get plastic surgery, they're always like, I'm getting plastic surgery for myself. It's for me. But why are those people getting plastic surgery? It's because someone probably told them, like for example, noses. Somebody probably told them that their nose didn't look good. They saw someone else's nose and they're like, I like her nose better than my nose. They see that the European standard of noses is a lot better, so I'm gonna go change my nose. It's a subconscious belief that you have because of the teachings and the rhetoric that was taught to you when you were a child and growing up, and then now you believe I'm making this choice of getting plastic surgery for myself when that's not true. It's the same way with choice doesn't exist under the patriarchy. To me, is dismantling the patriarchy, not perpetuating it.
Okay, well, she dropped on her head as a child. How exactly can you correlate getting plastic surgery to childhood teachings? Sorry, sister, but no one is buying what you are shoveling. And this crying and moaning under the patriarchy is about as believable as the boogeyman. Can she or any other female viewer please point out one right or law in the U.S. that men have and women don't? Go ahead, I'll wait. Let me guess, the usual. Pitiful example is men can sleep around and not be shamed. Right, Coanes. Now, how exactly is that a right or a law?
Pathetic.
I'll save you the brain power. It isn't. Let me come at this from a different angle. Okay, ladies, we know there have been multiple kingdoms in the past that were ruled by Coanes, i.e., not a patriarchy. Now, can anyone give an example how exactly the women who lived under the female-led kingdoms lived far better than living in today's society? I mean, I'm sure the women living under Queen Ranavalona of Madagascar, or Isabella of Castile, or even Elizabeth Bathory were having a good old time.
Now that's a lot of damage!
Moving on.
So this is what I do during FS, and this is how much I charge for it. I had a lot of people speculating that I do some like really crazy stuff because of the prices that I charge. I even saw one lady make a TikTok on like what she assumed I did during the booking because of how much I charge, which is completely not true. So for 1 hour of my time, the base rate is $1,500. That is basically 2 rail. But even if someone wanted to take me out for dinner, they're still going to pay for that price. Like, that is my time, and that is how much you'll pay for the hour. I didn't even really look at what other girls were charging. I just thought that rate was a good rate for me. Like, that's how much I would charge to do that. I don't want to be doing this every day, and I feel like charging higher just weeds out all the cheapskates. I do not do backdoor. I had one guy pay for it once for half an hour and he paid me $15K. Like, that is an absolute privilege to do that, and I do not charge $1,500 for that.
You know, I really can't be upset in the least, as this 304 has set her price. And it seems there are men out there paying it. Now, we all know that quick money like this comes with long-term problems. I mean, the chances of her finding a man who is going to wife her up is pretty low, although they are not zero, because there are ex-cons, suckers, and desperate enough beta imp chumps who don't have a problem chowing down on yogurt-marinated roast beef. And dang, $15K for 30 minutes of backdoor entry? That's one hell of a score when you consider how family court bends men over and illegally violates their financial backdoor. I mean, they get deep in there. Now, the long-term question would be the price tags these streetwalkers place on their dignity. I mean, modern queens can use coping language all they want to justify this crap and say this professional fluid receptacle deserves better. But I am willing to bet those exact same women wouldn't want to mix their underwear laundry with these queens. As Terrence Popp would say, I'll pass on the gonosyphilitis.
I had some people assume that I did it naturally. Definitely not. Everything is covered. I am not risking anything like that. I obviously can't say all my extras, but usually they're like another $1,000 on top of the price. For like filming or like a waterfall is a bit more. I don't really charge high for filming because I'm literally a content creator. OF is my main thing. Like, this is just a side gig. I have so much content out there, so, you know, if they posted it, it's not going to affect me. I also have people say that I would get a lot of work because they come from my like online work, and that is not the case. I think I've seen like 2 clients that have actually known who I am. I do not advertise on my IG. I made this TikTok mainly to talk to girls about it, and my whole audience is female. So they are not coming from here. They are purely coming from the one ad that I have up on SB.
Listen, Queen, I'm sure you want us all to believe everything is 100% covered. Yeah, and I am sure Santa Claus brings you whatever you want every year because you are always a good girl. Sure, these guys who are paying top dollar always say they don't want to hit it raw. Yup, I will buy that for $1. I wouldn't be surprised if she has been flown out to Dubai just to play patty cake. Come on! There, call girl, you even admitted you delved into waterfalls. I really have to ask, does a woman like this ever think about her long-term relationships she may have in the future? I mean, ladies, before you defend this, think about some things for a second. Do you actually think a man will be proud to offer you a championship wedding ring when he knows your body was rented out over and over again for a set price? Do you think at one point or another he will not be disgusted by the fact that you had enough DNA to keep a cryo bank in business for a year splattered all over you? I mean, every orifice on your body literally had a price tag, but you expect a man to pay half what he owns to buy all of them?
That was the plan. Not a great plan.
Moving on.
I feel this exact way too, and I decided I'm gonna go see what they're talking about online. So I went onto the internet and I typed in why dating sucks, and I looked up content by men for men to see why are they irritated with the dating space, and generally why are they not trying. So what I first found is that they think right off the bat that social media is one of the reasons why dating sucks for them. Okay, but what? How? It's because we're on social media, and in their minds, we get so many likes and so many comments and so much false attention through DM. They think that we get so much of that it has given us a false perception of our attractiveness. Another thing that they have been telling each other too is that we see so many TikTok boys on the daily that give us a false perception of what an attractive man looks like. I don't know about you guys, but I don't see TikTok boys, and if I do see them, I don't think that they're like the pinnacle of top tier male attraction. But that's just me. Personally, I want an 1800s man like that girl on TikTok who did the interview. Another thing that they have told themselves is that if a girl likes you, she's just gonna give it up to you. She's gonna kiss you on the spot, she's gonna give you that ooh na na. They do not actually take into accountability boundaries or like comfortability or emotional connection or intelligent connection. No, they just think that we're gonna be like, no.
He's going to sink, Captain. But she can't sink. She's unsinkable.
First of all, my confused queen, if men are the ones dating women and you find several channels saying these things and agreeing on them, do you think it's possible the reason they say all that is because that's what they have experienced when dating women? Now, don't get me wrong. I understand clearly the internal female malware that basically defaults to saying, oh, I feel men meant this other thing with these words. That would be a hell of a no, sister. If you haven't experienced trying to date women, then have a Coke and a smile while you listen to the unflattering truth. And yes, women get far more attention on social media than men do. Post a pic on an app, boom, instant 200 likes. That would give anyone a false perception. She didn't say a damn thing to disprove that. And of course, she is different and doesn't let clout affect her judgment of men. Yeah, that's why male celebrities have so many women wanting to be with them. Just pure coincidence. Saying that girls give it up if she likes him is not what was said. What was said over and over again, women make rules for betas and break them for alphas. Just ask the top professional athletes if that is false. I am serious when I say don't go off a woman's words. Go off their actions. And you will see the truth yourself.
No way. Yes way.
But they don't care what we say. It doesn't matter how loud we scream it. So the response from them with all these little weird reasons is to not fix themselves, but to try to police us. And this is where you see them in the comment sections like, well, what do you bring? You only go for the top 10%, telling us that we need to give the bottom 80 a chance. What they really mean is give the bottom 5% a chance, which is most of them. Did I make that up? Yeah, I did, because that's what they're doing. They're making up numbers. I can make up numbers too. So yeah, they have absolved themselves of actually working on themselves, and they have created all these weird, kooky reasons about girls who are 8s seeing themselves as 12s, and in reality, in normal society, they would usually be with a 6, but because of this, they think they deserve an 11. I know you think, okay, well, this just exists on the internet. This is just like these weird little corners. By the time it makes it to the internet, this is conversation that they're all already having in the workplace. This is a conversation that they're having in the bus, in the locker room. It's out there, it's in their heads, and it's in society now.
Of course, men don't care what women say because your actions don't line up with your words. Also, asking what do you bring is a legitimate question. If it bothers you, it's because you don't bring much. Also, there, Colleen, when you said give the bottom 5% a chance, which is most of them, I mean, damn, I don't want to say you sounded obtuse, but you are making that too easy. 5% actually just means 5%. And you didn't give an example of men making up numbers, but you sure showed the entire world how you can pull nonsense out of your rear end. And no, they don't absolve themselves when they point out your actions. Calling a 49er out isn't shaming language, but acting like men's words are pointless because it hurts your fifis sure does count for shenanigans. It's freaking hilarious that at 0 point did she even try to disprove anything she found. It's all my feels, and the power of the vagina makes whatever men say not count because of reasons.
Whatever.
I'm just saying, if you enjoy this audit, click on the video in the end screen for more content. If you would like to support the channel, please follow the link in the description to donate to our beer fund, or like, subscribe, and share this video on other social media platforms. If you agree or disagree with anything about this audit, please let us know in the comments. I'm going to leave this audit right here. I'll see all of you in the next episode.